There's also something quite interesting in terms of who the juries are for the biennial. Like, there's never been, say, an African judge judging who's the best, and a lot of it tries to invite Western capital. In my case, the 4 judges was Pablo Larios, who's from Honduras, based in Berlin, one of the senior editors of Freeze. He's the one who wrote that amazing article about rereading show radicals after the COVID coronavirus epidemic. Polish curator Jaroslaw Lubliak, who's, I think, part of the Castle, Contemporary Art Castle. Emily Actor from New York University, and a Slovenian artist, his name Ifstan Isthuzian. I think that's how you say it. And there's never been a judge from the Middle East or the Arab world either. There's a fascinating essay, like, looking at the sort of politics of who makes a jury and who doesn't. And, you know, it would have been part of Yugoslavia up until 1991. So all those biennales up to 89, where I take... would have been when it was Yugoslavia. So if you look at the last biennale, I've just got the catalogue for it recently, and I'm thinking, why the hell isn't Stuart Hall Library or University Arts actually got any of this material? Like, it's pathetic. Anyway, 1989, the last ever biennale before it becomes Slovenia as an independent nation and integrates in the EU and the neoliberal market economy. It's actually so internationalist. There's loads of artists from Bangladesh. This is before that rich woman, Samdani, injects foreign capital into Bangladesh. It's got loads of artists from Africa, Asia, the Arab world. You see people from Morocco, Iran. Like, it's more internationalist in 1989 than it is years later. And a lot of the people you see in the later iterations, essentially they're importing, like, London, New York and Berlin. You live in a bit of a bubble when you're part of a biennale. This was my first ever biennale. It's certainly not localised, but even when you go take a 2-hour bus to Venice, which you can do for like a tenner, and they go optibuses. It's not even a bus. It's like a tiny little. It's like going in a minivan with like 5 people, and it's great. And I'd recommend it. I'd recommend you go to live in Ljubljana, and then you can go to like Sarajevo, Venice. Going off a tangent. I mean, even Venice, Biennale is foreign. It's not. It's importing these economies. Like, you look at where people live, like Berlin, New York, London, injecting it all into this very exhausting, not particularly enjoyable exhibition. I've only been to Venice Biennale once, which was last year, and it was just... I didn't even get to see the Bangladeshi pavilion, which is shameful. I saw the Pakistan one, saw the Ghana one, which I thought was one of the highlights. Anyway, so get this book, get this in your reference library. Stuart Hall Library, if you're listening, get the entire history of the Ljubljana Biennale. Like, just put it in your library. This is the first internationalist platform before Havana Biennale in the 80s. Where you're getting Asia, Africa, the Arab world, everything within an international stage at a very early stage because of the non-aligned movement. And that should be inside the basic history of the Stuart Hall Library, which supposedly has a mandate. And that should be in the basic history of University Arts. I mean, the University Arts, that's my previous university, which is the largest arts university in the world, maybe. Like, there's tens of thousands of people from around the world. Like, I looked up Slovenia and we had like one catalogue of the Ljubljana Biennale. It was a very battered copy of the 1970 Biennale, and that was it. So all these resources, you'll see a big massive bookshelf in my room, which is my own resources about Slovenia, because no one's collecting it. And I'm also amazed at the complacency. I mean, I love the people at the Biennale and I love everyone I've met in Slovenia. I've never met one unpleasant person. Like, you have all these catalogues. You can just. I could have put them in my suitcase and then just taken them to Stuart Hall Library, and I was tempted to, because it's like There haven't. If I'm someone who feels a debt towards Slovenia, some place that's resurrected my art career and resurrected my heart and belief in myself. I tell everyone to go to Slovenia. I can't find any resources. So I'm going to set something up called the London-Ljubljana Arts Exchange. Please comment below, or I'll insert a link. Or email me. I'm just Hamjit Hassan, my name, at Gmail. Or Hamjit Hassan, or at Shy Radicals, if you remember that, on Instagram. Just message me. And let's set up a London-Ljubljana Art Exchange where we can consolidate these links. Because the links are so deep. It's so deeply linked to British art history that it just seems absurd to me to not do anything. So this has been reflections on winning the grand prize, and I hope you go and visit the exhibition, which has just moved to Warsaw in the Contemporary Art Centre from June the 19th to all the way up to October. So you've got 6 months to see it. So the Aspegstan Biennial commission has been readapted for the Contemporary Art Castle. So you still have another chance to see it. So hopefully see you there in Warsaw.